Hey, what is going on, guys? It's DK back at you with another video here to break down the 8-game NBA main slate here on Friday. A couple things before I get in the video. We're getting close to 1.9 thousand subscribers. If I can hit 2K by the weekend, that's kind of my goal. So if you're new to the channel, if you've been watching the content, if not subscribed yet, would really appreciate if you guys could hit that subscribe button. And then, again, if you're new to the channel, I'm doing a weekly giveaway where all you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. That's when I enter into the giveaway. Max one comment, though, per video. It starts with my Monday Night Showdown video that I had up a few days ago. We'll go throughout the week, and we'll end with my Monday Night Showdown video at the end of the week. So however many videos I've uploaded for the week, you can enter the giveaway that many times. So say I have 10 videos uploaded for the week, you can enter the giveaway 10 times. The winner receives $20 PayPal from myself. With that out of the way, let's jump in the video. So I'm making this one early. If you guys are curious about my lineup from Thursday, maybe I'll tweet it out tonight. But I'm trying to get this video up as early as I can here. So 8 games. Let's go over the over-unders and the spreads here. So first game, Cavs-Pacers sitting at 210.5 with the Pacers favored by 7.5 points. The big one here is Rockets-Nets, 240.5 with the Rockets favored by 3.5. We just saw that Rockets-Wizards game shootout, right? Like 160 points each. So you're going to want some pieces in that one. Bucks-Magic, 216 with the Bucks favored by 4.5. Knicks, Celtics at 214. Boston favored by 10.5. Bulls-Pistons at 218. With the Bulls favored by 3.5 points. Lakers, Mavs at 216.5. Lakers favored by 1.5. Jazz, Kings at 214 with the Jazz favored by 5.5. And Spurs, Warriors here at 225 with the Spurs only 6-point favorites. If I was a betting man, and I think I'd probably bet the Spurs there. But that's basically it. So let's look at the prices here. We'll start at center as always. AD at the top at 10.6 in a pretty solid matchup against Dallas. No one will be able to stay with them. The concern is this shoulder injury. Frank Vogel said he expects him to play, but you guys know the risk. Anytime you play Anthony Davis, there's always a shot that he gets injured, goes to the locker room, whatever. So that's a concern. If he can stay healthy and play big minutes, I think he can have a good game, but he's obviously a lot riskier spend up today. Now, Drummond's a guy that I think goes lower owned because everyone's going to go Harden, everyone's going to go Kyrie, everyone's going to go Westbrook. They're going to try to jam people in that game, and Drummond's going to be a guy that I think it's kind of forgotten about. But this is a spot where I want to attack. Bigs against Chicago. We just saw Tristan Thompson and Kevin Love destroy that front court. Drummond, with no Blake Griffin, has flashed a bit of upside here, right? He has 70, 80 fantasy point upside. And I just love the spot here. So Drummond's definitely a guy that I'm considering as a spend up. It's just tough because are you going to play him over a guy like Harden, over a guy like Kyrie? It's tough, right? So I think he's a contrarian spend up, but I do like the upside there. Kevin Love at 9.3. Has had a pretty good start to the season. I think he's fairly priced. I don't think I want to go there. Same thing with Vucevic. Now, Sabonis with no Miles Turner had a pretty big game there. 46 fantasy points, 29 real-life points. There's going to be more usage to go around. We'll see who they start, if they start Sabonis at the 5 or if they start the rookie Gotaga. Yeah, that's something to monitor. But Sabonis, you guys know I love him. The price is creeping up there, obviously. But with no Miles Turner, he's going to have to play big minutes. So I do like him here at 8.7K. Porzingis at 8K is viable. Again, the Lakers really they run big, and I think the price is pretty fair in Porzingis. This is tough with other studs, like Harden, Kyrie, and the slate. Rudy Gobert, I think he's fairly priced. Draymond Green, with no Steph Curry, who knows? Draymond Green, another guy that I can't seem to get right. I fade him when he gets 58 fantasy points. I play him when he gets 17. He did get injured there too, if you guys recall. Steph got injured in my lineup as well as Draymond. They said Draymond's going to be good to go. I don't know. I mean, him and D'Angelo Russell obviously going to be the two main guys, but Golden State just looks so bad. So there's obviously blowout risk in that one. Randall, I think, is fair at 7.6K and a little tougher match against Boston. I got a Capella in. Obviously, this is the highest over-under game of the day. I think he's fair. I just don't know if I want to go there. Aldridge, these Spur guys are pretty appealing. Their prices are that he seems underpriced. The only concern is can Golden State keep it close? If Golden State can keep it close, I think guys like Aldridge, DeRozan, we got no DeJounte Murray in this one. Guy like a Derrick White, some of these guys could have pretty big games. So I do kind of like these Spurs. The risk is the blowout factor. And what has been going on with Tristan Thompson? Like, is he just like a 10K player now? I don't understand. I really don't understand. Like, this is a guy that we know he's just like an offensive rebound, put back type guy, and he's putting up huge numbers. 34, 49, 40, 49 fantasy points. So at his level of production right now, he's way underpriced. Can he keep this up? I don't think so. But again, what he's doing right now, he is way underpriced. So if you think that hot streak continues, play him. I think he'll be somewhat popular. I just don't know if he can keep this up. I really don't think he's that good of a player. But right now, he's doing really good. Wendell Carter Jr. 5.9K. I just don't know if I want to go there against Drummond. Holmes finally got priced up at 5.5. Played 35 minutes in that game against the Hornets. Now a lot tougher matchup here against Gobert. I think I'll pass. This next Ranger guys are not super high on a lot of these guys like Nance, Brook Lopez. Mitchell Robinson is just a guy in a main slate. I just can't play him. He's always in foul trouble. Jarrett Allen at 5K. Don't mind this. They've been kind of going back and forth with him and DeAndre Jordan starting. The concern is this game goes more towards a small ball approach, so maybe he plays a little bit less minutes, but don't hate him there at 5K. Again, same thing with DeAndre Jordan. We got Kyle Kuzma coming back for the Lakers, so maybe that's a little less minutes for a guy like Dwight Howard or JaVale McGee, so there's some concern there. Willie Cauley-Stein's interesting, only played 12 minutes. If we get he's going to play 25 minutes, then I would really like him. But if we hear nothing before lock, I just can't do it because he only played 12 minutes in that last game. Let's see. Other options, again, McGee could get there limited time. I think he's viable. Maxi Kleber, actually kind of like him here at 4K. I know that they said the minutes are going to go up for a guy like Dwight Powell, but the Lakers run really big. So they got Porzingis, they got Powell. We don't know how many minutes Powell's going to play, but I still think Kleber will get solid run, like 25 or so minutes. So I think he's a pretty solid value play here. Dedmon, I don't even believe he played. He played 4 minutes off the bench. They just ran Rashawn Holmes, so I don't think I'd go there. Now here you go, Gaga Abitsday. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. We'll just call him Gaga, right? So with no Miles Turner, he could start at center. Cleveland runs big. They have Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson. So they could start him at center, or they could move TJ Warren down to the 4. We'll see. Either way, if he starts, I think he would be a really good value play. The rookie at 3.3K. Harry Giles, this is something to monitor. If he's good to go, that'd be a downgrade to those other guys like Holmes, Bielitsa. I think that's basically it, though, for center. So let's move on to power forward. Already talked about a good amount of these guys. Basically all these guys, actually. Tatum at 7K. What's the status here on Jaylen Brown? I think he's just questionable. The illness list is questionable. We'll see. If he misses again, I think the pivot would be Marcus Smart, or at least the biggest beneficiary would be Marcus Smart. So that's something we have to monitor. Tatum and Hayward would both get a slight boost, too, in a good matchup. So those guys would definitely be viable if Jaylen Brown misses. Kuzma can't go there. They're going to limit his minutes. Aaron Gordon, just the minutes are going down on him. He used to be a guy that would play 35 to 40 minutes a night. They're going down. I mean, I liked him there against the Knicks. He put up 37 fantasy points. A little tougher matchup. The price is okay. I just think there's probably better plays on the board. Now, TJ Warren's interesting. He's very scoring dependent. They could move him down to the 4. With no Miles Turner, that's some usage to go around. So a guy that will play big minutes is scoring dependent, so a little risky, but I think he's in play at 5.5K. Taurean Prince, I mean, he's kind of like a PJ Tucker type guy, a lower usage guy, but that should play some decent minutes in a very high over-under game. So he's viable against kind of the same thing here with PJ Tucker. A little Marcus Morris revenge game of 4.8K. We know he's going to play probably 30 to 35 minutes. He's going to shoot the ball a ton. So I actually think he's pretty solid there as a cheaper option. Now the Golden State guys, let me just go to Golden State really quick because with no Steph Curry, there's just so much usage to go around. Obviously, the top 2 guys here with Russell and Green are very viable. Looney's still out. And then we got the cheap guys, Pascal, Willie Cauley-Stein, Glenn Robinson, Burks, Damian Lee, Poole. I'm going to wait to see who they start. But obviously, these cheaper options, there's a lot of minutes and usage to go around. So any of these guys really are viable. Again, GR3, Brooks, Damian Lee, Poole, Cauley-Stein. We'll see. We'll just see what they come out with the starting lineup. So back to power forward. Let's see. Other options. Robert Williams, but these Boston guys are not going to play big minutes. The bigs, at least. I think Cantor's out again, right? Did I missed that. Yeah, Cantor's out again, so I guess okay. I think I'd probably prefer some other value plays, though. And Glenn Robinson, these other secondary Warriors pieces are going to have to play some big minutes, so I think those guys are definitely viable as cheap options. I'm going to wait to see what they come out for our starting lineup, though. Trey Lyles thinks very reliable here at 3.4K. Bigs have just been destroying Golden State. Not going to play huge minutes, probably 20 to 25, but I do like the price tag on him as a cheap option because he can allow you to get those studs in your lineup. I think that's kind of it, though, for power forward. So small forward, Giannis at the top here at 10.9 in a slightly difficult matchup against Orlando. Both teams kind of play slow. What's the over-under here in this one? Sitting at 216, so a little higher than I thought. But Giannis is, again, he's matchup proof. If you want to go there, I think he goes a lot lower owned because, again, everyone's going to flock to the Houston-Brooklyn game. But, yeah, he's still viable to spend up. LeBron at 9.9K. I just don't know if I want to go there if Anthony Davis plays. Now, if Anthony Davis misses, then I would really like LeBron. But I think I'm going to prefer other studs in the slate. I just think he's fairly priced. Now, these Spurs guys, DeMar DeRozan, again, Aldridge, Derek White, probably going to start no DeJounte Murray, are all underpriced in a great matchup. Golden State's defense is just terrible. So I do like a lot of these Spurs. The only concern is the blowout factor. Next range of guys, I'm not super high on a lot of these guys. Now, LeVert's interesting here at 6K. He's just another piece in that, 240 over-under game. He's probably going to play 35 or so minutes. So I do kind of like LeVert in a pace-up game. You could definitely pair him with Kyrie. So yeah, I think LeVert's pretty solid there at 6K. Let's see. Jeremy Lamb will get a little bit of boost there with no Miles Turner. I think he's viable. A little scoring dependent, but don't mind him. Fournier, you just never get excited about playing him, in my opinion. Small forward's a little tricky. There's not a whole lot of great plays. Like Rudy Gay can get you there a limited time. It's just a great matchup. Pascal will probably be asked to play big minutes. He played 38 in that last time, so he's definitely viable. The Jazz guys, I know it's a good matchup, but they're just a very, very balanced team. So I just don't get super excited about the Utah Jazz. Eric Gordon, again, if you want a cheap piece in a high over-under game, you could go there. Going to play probably 30 to 35 minutes. Another guy that's very scoring dependent, but he has like 30, 40 fantasy point upside if he's knocking down shots. Same thing with Daniel House, like him or Eric Gordon. They kind of stand in the corner and shoot threes while Harden and Westbrook kind of do all the dirty work. Other like cheap options is just no one I'm super excited about down here. Maybe Lonnie Walker gets back in the rotation with no DeJounte Murray. We'll see. Popovich can always do something crazy because you never really know. It's Popovich, right? I think that's kind of it, though, for small forward. So small forward, a pretty weak position. Not a lot of players I'm super high on. I do like DeRozan in that matchup. LeBron and Giannis are okay. I do like LeVert. And yeah, that's kind of it. So let's move on to shooting guard. Harden. Can I get this guy right? I'm still tilting about that last night. I played him the first 3 nights here, and I even talked about how the big night was coming, right? Because he was just not shooting the best. And then he goes out and puts up 80 fantasy points. Now, this game, sitting at 240 over-under, you're going to want some pieces in this. So I think Harden's probably going to be the most popular spend up on the slate, but obviously he just has immense upside. Doncic is a guy I think goes a little bit lower owned, and I think the flocks go to Harden, Kyrie, Westbrook. And people are very, goes off the last game, I guess. Like, he had 27 fantasy points the last game, so people are going to be off him. But we know he has like 50, 60 fantasy point upside. In a pretty good matchup, too. This game should be played at a pretty fast pace. So, where's my mouse here? I think there we go. So, Doncic is a guy that I do like as a contrarian spend up. Again, him and Drummond. I do like him. I think go a little bit lower owned compared to guys like, in the Houston-Brooklyn game. Now, Malcolm Brogdon's a guy that I've really liked here. The price is fair now at 8.8K. Like, he's not like a guarantee play anymore. I still think he can get you like 50 fantasy points He's just been amazing. He's filling up the stat sheet. He's basically getting a double-double with assists every single night. He has triple-double upside, honestly. So I think he's very viable, but are you going to play Malcolm Brogdon over a guy like Harden? Or are you going to play him over a guy like Kyrie? Probably not. So that's a concern, right? Now, D'Angelo Russell at 8.9K is very risky. Golden State, I think there's a pretty good shot they get blown out here. They just look terrible. But if they're going to keep it close, it's going to be because of a big game from D'Angelo Russell and probably a big game from Draymond Green. So we'll see. If you want to take that shot, again, it's probably going to be a big game from D'Angelo Russell if they keep it close. The Utah guys, Mitchell would probably be the one target, I guess, but it's just not a team I ever get excited about for DFS. Very, very balanced team. Levine, don't mind that price at 7.3K. RJ Barrett let a lot of people down, but you could go back to the wall. I think he's be very low owned. I do like the Vert in a good matchup. Derrick Rose currently listed as questionable. He's probable. So he's viable off the bench. We know he's going to shoot the ball a ton in a decent matchup. I think he's priced pretty fair now, though. Jaylen Brown, that's obviously something we have to monitor. If he misses, Marcus Smart would be a very good play, and then Tatum, Hayward would get a boost. A guy like Dinwiddie off the bench, very viable as well. Probably going to play 25 to 30 minutes. We know he kind of leads that second unit. So, again, you're going to want some pieces in this game. And if you can't get those spend-ups, you can get some cheaper guys like Dinwiddie, like LeVert. So, yes, I do like him a good amount there, 5.3. Now, Derek White, I also like a good amount at 5.2. Probably will pick up the start with no DeJounte Murray. We'll see. Popovich always does something random, so he could not start. If he doesn't start, I wouldn't like him as much. But if he starts, I think he plays close to 30 minutes in a great matchup. So would like him there if he starts. Next tier of guys, not really high on DeLon Wright or Fournier. Marcus Smart would really like him if Jaylen Brown misses at 4.9K. Let's see. Bryn Forbes, they could always start him at point guard too at 4.4K. It's just a great matchup. A lot of these Spurs are in a really good spot here. Alec Burks, again, it's like I'm going to wait for Steve Kerr to see what he does with the starting lineup, but a lot of these cheap guys are very much in play with no Steph. Same thing with Damian Lee. George Hill's just been amazing off the bench here, 3.6K. Not going to play huge minutes, but he's been very productive. Other options, I think that's kind of it. And again, Poole, like all these Golden State guys, I'm gonna wait for a starting lineup, but all of them are in play. I think that's kind of it. Yeah, so let's move on to point guard. Again, Harden at the top, love his upside. I'm probably gonna lean towards playing him, honestly. LeBron is okay. I personally am going to prefer other spend ups. Now, Westbrook's a guy interesting. I think he goes lower owned because I think everyone is going to play Kyrie and everyone's going to play Harden. So are people going to play Westbrook and Harden together? Probably not. But the price at 9.8K is very fair. And I think it's very much viable to play Westbrook, to play Harden, and to play Kyrie if you really want to. Again, Doncic, I think he goes a little bit lower on. Him and Drummond are contrarian spend-ups that I do like if you want to pivot off those high-owned guys. Kyrie, like I said, he's going to be very popular, but you're going to want some pieces in this 240 over-under game. 9K for Kyrie, that's just too cheap right now in this matchup. Kemba's okay at 8.4K, but are you going to play Kemba over a guy like Kyrie, over a guy like Doncic, or Westbrook or Harden? Probably not. Let's see. DeJounte Murray will not play in this one again, so we'll see what Popovich does with his starting lineup. Dinwiddie, very much viable off the bench in a great matchup. Kai Bowman played 12 minutes? Okay, so he's just another guard in the list of options for Golden State. Clarkson, don't hate him off the bench. It's just the minutes are kind of going up on him. He was originally only playing 18, 25, and 26. If he plays in that higher end of the minutes, like 25, then I kind of like him here as a value play. I think that's basically it, though, guys. So my review of the slate, again, I think the popular way to go is people are going to get Harden and Kyrie in their lineup and then kind of go from there. If you want contrarian spend-ups, probably my favorite contrarian spend-ups would be a guy like Doncic, Westbrook, and Drummond. I think those guys go lower owned compared to Harden and Kyrie. Again, the Golden State guys, if they're going to keep it close, D'Angelo Russell and Draymond will have to have big games. On the other side of things, the Spurs guys are very much underpriced, so the only concern is can the Golden State keep it close, but I do like a lot of those Spurs too in literally the best possible matchup. And then those Golden State cheap guys, we'll see what Steve Kerr does with a starting lineup. Obviously, the guys who start probably are a little bit safer for Golden State, so we'll see. But that's kind of just a general overview and my thoughts of this slate as of right now. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have been enjoying the content, would really appreciate, again, if you would like this video and subscribe. We're getting close to 2,000 subscribers. Hopefully we can hit it this weekend. If you want to get into the giveaway, all you have to do is leave a like and a comment in the video. Be subscribed to the channel. It's one entry into the giveaway. I unfortunately will not be able to live stream. Got a work thing later tomorrow, so we'll not be able to live stream, but I'll try to be active on Twitter with injury news and stuff like that. So very important to follow me on Twitter. It will be in the description below. It's just DK__DFS. But yeah, I'll be back for another video. I think we got a decent sized slate on Saturday. And then I also have my my final breakdown for the NFL. I think week 9 of that up tomorrow or Saturday too. So be on the lookout for that. So thanks again for coming to check out the video, guys. Really appreciate it. And I will see you later.